Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. Okay, so a lot has happened since the last time we spoke. I quit my job, got Karen'd pretty hardcore. There was a Pisces full moon. My home went through a construction. It was just a lot. Really had to take some time to decompress. I'm not making excuses, but now you know, if you got Karen'd, you might need to take some time out. I speak from personal and first-hand experience. Anyway, first things first, welcome if you're new to my channel. Thank you for the likes, subscribes, comments, shares, really appreciate it. If you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. I have 2 disclaimers before you watch this video and 1 update. So the first disclaimer is, it's a trigger warning. If you are not prepared to be triggered, or if you're not ready to be triggered, please exit out now. Don't watch this video. It's not gonna be for the faint of heart. I don't know what the cards are gonna say. As you guys know, they're always picked live. I'm not going to block anything that I channel through the reading, so some of it can be really raw and unfiltered, and if you're not ready for that, just don't watch it. The second disclaimer is, feelings do not always translate to actions. A lot of people on this planet struggle with self-love. Obviously, I mean, that's why we're doing this self-development stuff, right? The number 1 proof that someone doesn't love themselves is that they don't listen to their feelings, good or bad. It's called self-sabotage. So oftentimes we see people who are in love who don't act on it, or we see people who are not in love but stay in relationships that they should not. So what you're about to see is someone's inner world, but it doesn't mean that it's always going to translate to the outer world. So just want to put that out there. And one major update, 21 days of Major Arcana will pick back up in October. Honestly, the past few sessions that I've ran, it was a riot. It was really popular. People were all about it. Many of you guys actually became members on YouTube, so thank you. I actually wanted to add more meat and bones to the curriculum, which is why I have to take some break and kind of buff it up. And it'll be a long video format. So if you're already a YouTube member, great, because you'll probably have access to 21 days of Major Arcana all over again. But if not, there is a waitlist link at the bottom of this video that you can go waitlist if you would like. It is a great crash course, but not really. It's actually more in depth than a crash course on where the hell to start if you're new to spirituality, especially if you've gone through a major life event change. And of course, if you're not yet a YouTube member, please become a member. I love hanging out with you guys every Thursdays. It's a complete game changer. It's a lot more calm than TikTok hangouts. It's been a blessing and joy in my life, and I would love for you to join if you have the time. And finally, really appreciate all of your comments. It's crazy the DMs and the comments that I get. It's like, I'm like, wow. Some people describe exactly how the video applies to their situation, and it's like so specific that I'm like mind blown. Okay, so without further ado, let's look at your cards. Hi, Pile 1, let's take a look at how they feel about you. All right, so we're gonna leave the guidance cards towards the end, and let's jump straight into your tarot cards. So we have 5 of Cups upright. Oh, whoa, that card flew right out of my hand. Justice upright. 10 of Wands reversed. The Devil reversed. 8 of Pentacles reversed. 2 of Cups reversed. Wow, okay. Off to a very intense start. I always feel like Pile 1 is off to an intense start for whatever reason. Then we have 6 of Cups upright, the Page of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Ace of Swords upright, the Chariot upright, Page of Swords upright, and Queen of Pentacles upright. These cards I am reserving for last. They are kind of like advice / guidance cards that I want to save till the end. All right, first of all, this is a very intense pile. I'm almost like having a hard time just even trying to look at it because they're all like screaming at me. I mean, this was true love. It started certainly out as true love. We get 5 of Cups and then the 6 of Cups upright. instant attraction, instant connection, and it was not shallow is the thing. It got deep really fast and it got intimate really fast. It was almost like when you guys met each other, it was like, where have you been my whole life? And it almost made you feel like everything and anything you've experienced before this was fake. That's how real and raw and honest this felt. So this person has very much mutual feelings towards you. This is not made up at all. The feelings are real. And very much reciprocated. And this is not only emotions, this is an actual attraction too, like on all levels. You guys are just like clicking. What I'm also hearing is that even if you guys went separate ways, they will always love you. And they might have even actually said that to you. But for whatever reason, it's not coming across or getting across to you. It's almost like you rationally know, but you don't emotionally feel it. So let's see what's happening here. There is a lot of question around fairness here. It's almost like, was it fair? Was it not fair? Someone's trying really hard to do the right thing, like overcompensating to do the right thing, almost to a point where it's causing a lot of anxiety. You know, this individual, I get Libra energy here, by the way, and Capricorn, and actually Cancer as well. But one thing I will say about this person is that they have a strong heart and they have a strong head, but at the end of the day, they will do what they think is right for everybody involved, which means sometimes they might sacrifice their own feelings and emotions. And this is kind of what's playing out here and what's happened. They're overly concerned with something or someone not being fair. I see a legal situation. Someone in this connection was already married or was getting out of a marriage that wasn't completely finalized yet. There are legal matters involved. So they were being basically hyper conscientious, so to speak, even to their own detriment, because I pick up a lot of anxiety. And where they're currently at, it just feels a little bit like, it's almost like they didn't sign up for this. They didn't expect to get this far. They didn't expect to get this deep, like emotionally involved with you. And what that ended up being is just like their own emotions and their own feelings ended up just becoming so much of a burden to them. They're actually very depressed. So whoever's watching this, whatever connection this is, some of you, not all of you, you're probably already in the process of kind of like separating or pushing each other away. Maybe you're in the thick of having that conversation. It's like, should we move forward or should we not? And it's causing a lot of stress and anxiety. Like, we should go separate ways because it's the right thing to do, but shit, we love each other. What do we do? Like, that's very much the feeling that I'm getting from this pile. They're very, whatever decision you guys are faced with, they're feeling very depressed about it. This is how I see their feelings evolving over the next few weeks or months. I feel like they're going to try so hard to get you off of their mind, but they're not going to be successful. And that's actually what they fear. They fear that it's not going to be successful for them to try to shake you off. And they're going to be almost waking up every single morning faced with a decision to either let you go or keep you. Not literally, energetically. Oh, this was flipped, sorry. The Chariot energy is very much about making a choice. A lot of people think it's about success, and yes, it is, but when it comes to love, it also means making a decision. So it's almost like they have to recommit to their decision every single day, whether it is to let you go or to keep you. It's like every single day, as soon as their eyes open, they have to make a choice, like, shit, like she or he's on my mind. What do I do? Okay, I'm gonna make this decision. I feel like there's like a repeat or a cycle or like this nightmarish pattern of like, should I, shouldn't I, when it comes to you, which is very intense. This person is so, like, it's this justice energy. They're so like committed to trying to do the right thing, even if it kills them. And that I don't think they understand that right, whatever is right, is a very relative term. I get 8 of Pentacles and Page of Swords upright. So they're going to trick themselves into thinking that they're making some progress. This is where the trigger warning comes into play, right? Because this is where I have to be honest. This is that moment. The feelings are real. But what I see is them stepping away. And it is the righteous, the conscientious choice that they're making. The problem is, as time goes by, what they thought would happen isn't going to happen. They thought they could detach and move on. They can't. They're actually going to continue to think about you and feel very, very anxious. Like, why did I do that? They're also going to feel that whatever they put into the relationship has been a loss. Like an energetic loss. Like, oh my God, I put so much into that relationship. I gave so much for that connection. I gave so much into that person, and I got nothing out of it. Obviously, because they chose to walk away. Or maybe you chose to walk away because they couldn't make up their mind fast enough. And it's not going to be until a couple of weeks later, not that far, but a couple of weeks later, where they realized, man, I really did not make the right decision. What's really funny is that even if you guys went separate ways, or will go separate ways, or feel like there's some kind of distance, for whatever reason, I don't see a true ending here. I feel some sort of conversation kicking back up. And I feel like you will have more control over this conversation. Somehow, some way. I feel like they're going to try to come back into your life, and you're going to be like, you know what? The way things went last time wasn't good for me. Because you emerge as like a very grounded energy. You emerge as someone who's very much like, yes, I like you, but I cannot have you anymore in my life because you are draining my energy. You make me overthink, and I cannot have that in my life anymore. I don't want you to take up my psychic space. So they're going to come around to see if they can reconnect with you. And this is going to be, you're going to be like, nah, you had your shot. So this is one of those unique cases as a reading where I can see the events that will unfold in addition to the feelings. I see them transitioning from like love to like regret because I couldn't execute on it because of whatever this hang up they had. And I see you actually swiveling in towards, I love you, but I gotta let you go. And this is what I get right now. You know, energy is always changing, but this is what I get right now. I'm going to look at this card, and this is basically a summary of where they stand emotionally towards you, why they are the way they are, why they're acting like this. So let's see. Two of Coins. Crazy. Two of Coins is all about juggling. You see how there's a hand with two coins? It's all about juggling. It's like, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to balance everything, but I don't know how. So this person, if it's not a marriage that they're trying to get out of or a relationship that they're trying to get out of, this could have been job too. This could have been, I have so much to do that I don't know how to balance you in the relationship. If I try to put you in my life, I'm going to fail at my job. Like this is a classic case of someone who has a very small cup and can't handle very much. But instead of saying that, they're like, I want to do the right thing. No, dude, it's not that you don't want to do the right thing, or pardon me, that you want to do the right thing. It's that you can't handle a whole lot at the same time. Your cup is too small. So this is the reason why they're not able to be transparent, honest, direct about their feelings towards you. Because of this. Because they can't do this. They can't do the juggle. They're just not built for it. So what should you do about it? I mean, I feel like I kind of got ahead of myself and told you like what most likely you'll be doing, but let's take a look at the moon cards and see what is the highest action. What's an action you can take for your highest good? Have faith in your dreams. Okay. And then the end of a tough cycle approaches. So to me, this is about you taking your power back and having faith back in your dreams. In this deck, there's a couple of cards like this, recommit to yourself, hold your vision, or like, have faith in your dreams. And oftentimes my clients ask me, like, does this mean like holding on to him or her? And I'm like, no, like you holding on to you and your future and your vision for yourself and your dreams. That should be safe whether or not somebody else is in your life. So for this card, what I'm thinking of, what is your dream when it comes to having a healthy partnership? How do you define a partnership? What does it mean to you? And does this person fit in a good, healthy, loving way? It's not that this person was a dream. Your dream is separate from that. They fit into your dream. And like I was picking up in the tarot cards, I really do feel like you're sort of coming to your senses almost in terms of your feelings and kind of thinking like, you know what, I love you, but enough is enough. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. It makes perfect sense for that. Ooh. I definitely want to hear from whoever picked pile 1 to see if this resonates, because this was intense, but also like very rejuvenating and refreshing. Like, holy cow. This is a very high level reading, so if you would like to do a deeper dive, you can get a personal reading from me. There is a link to my service down below. You can go check it out. But otherwise, this was incredible. Whoever you are, bravo, good for you. And love to hear from you, so drop a comment. But yeah, otherwise, this is all I had for pile 1. So I will see you at your next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Pile 2. Are you ready for your reading? Let's find out how they really feel about you. Okay, saving some intense cards for the last. Let's look at your tarot cards. So we have the World, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, the Magician reversed, Six of Pentacles upright. Ooh, shoot. Wow, that flew out. Lots of cards flying out today. The Empress reversed. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. Now let's take a look at your other tarot cards. Four of Cups upright, Queen of Cups upright, Lovers reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Pentacles upright, and then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Wow. Okay. So this was a pretty serious connection in a relationship, mainly because they wanted to have a family with you. Or maybe you guys already had or have a family together. Or maybe you each have separate families. Basically, where you guys are at is pretty mature in life. You're not like 18. That's not to say if you are 18, you couldn't be that serious, because I guess when I was that young, I was thinking about family. But anyway, I say this to say the connection felt very mature. You guys weren't like kids, basically. Like the conversations you guys shared, the thoughts and the feelings that you guys exchanged, felt like mature. Because this is like a family planning card. It's almost like you guys knew that you'd be very successful together as a pair. You know? Sometimes you hang out with someone and you're like, we're like yin yang. We'd be a good team. Like, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting here, which led to the very seriousness. Like, well, if we had a family, it'd be great. By the way, I'm getting Capricorn, Gemini, lots of Gemini energy here, actually. Potentially Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. Let me see what else I'm picking up from here, because there's a lot of confusion in this connection. I feel that this person really sort of held back their feelings. They kept their cards close to their chest. They didn't really reveal to you directly how they really felt about you. And that is partially because they were confused about they felt about you too. They knew there was a connection. I feel like there still is a connection, but for whatever reason, it's confusing to them. They don't know why. They don't know why and how these feelings got developed. It's almost like you guys met together or were drawn to each other first out of practicality. Maybe there was a practical connection at first. And then somehow along the way, things got a little bit confusing. You know what? This person may not believe in love. They might believe in union and marriage and couplehood out of obligation, out of procreative purposes, out of responsibility. I feel like you're kind of the same. I feel like you might have grown up in a very traditionalist household, or maybe you were raised with very traditional values. You know, you were initially attracted to them because you felt like they were really hardworking, or at least showed responsible like traits. But then somehow this took like in a very emotional turn. And turns out you guys like actually, this is a very strange connection, by the way. Can I just be transparent? It's very strange because it's almost like people who are kind of unlikely to get together, got together, found an opportunity to be together and stay together, and then like things got very serious and confusing emotionally. Let's keep going. Because this is one of those situations I know that I'm not going to really have a full story until I get to the end. So they were a bit manipulative. Not only did they hold their cards and their feelings close to their chest, but they were a little bit manipulative. They didn't tell you really fully how they can't really commit to a relationship or a partnership. Or they made you believe that they are a good partner or a husband or a boyfriend. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm getting a picture here. So basically they hooked you because they made you believe that there's someone who's capable of doing something like this, something serious, something very committed, like no wandering eyes, we'll have children, no problem, all that stuff. Because that's what you were looking. You were looking for that Knight of Pentacles, someone who can like bring them the bacon, but also just be there, like a consistent partner. But then they started acting really funny, which really threw you off your balance. And at the same time, you guys really did fall in love. Like this person does love you, but they somehow were withholding as well. And it's because they were not being honest about who they really are. Turns out they aren't really the Knight of Pentacles. Turns out they're just kind of like a suave, eloquent person. So what I'm picking up is that they might have love bombed you at first, and they might have promised you the world, and that they could give you the world. But then they start to realize they're not really good enough, so they start to pull back and be very like stingy and cheap with their words and their affections. And that made you go, what happened? Did you ever really love me or not? The short answer is they do. I feel like there's real emotions here. But for whatever reason, I feel like they want to impress you, and they just over exaggerate their capabilities. Where their feelings are headed is this. It's really odd because they're going to want to continue to invest in the relationship and be a team player, but with healthy boundaries. So what this means is, you know what, I'm not actually like this hotshot that you thought I was, but I can give you this instead. That's kind of where they're headed. Another feeling that I'm picking up is that they can pick up on your feelings where you're starting to doubt and question whether or not they are a good return on the investment. They're starting to pick up on that, which is why they're starting to put up this wall. Like, oh, she or he like found out that I'm actually not all that. So I gotta put my walls up too. That's actually what's happening here, which, by the way, is really freaking annoying because they're the ones who lied in the first place. And this is kind of a nice wrap because where they're going to be headed for sure, I think, is to really try to prove their love to you. The Empress's Romance and Knight of Pentacles. So, yeah. So, basically, they're going to prove to you that you are their empress. You're the love of my life. You're my queen. You're my woman, or you're my man. And they're going to try to channel this Knight of Pentacles energy of like, the mature one, the stable one. Like, I can prove myself to you. I got this. Like, I'm going to make that money, or I'm going to do this for the kids. But they're both reversed, you see. So they're still going to talk up their game, but for some reason, somehow, somewhere, they're still going to like fall short a little bit. But like I said, we're looking at their intent and their feelings. Their intention is to still jump up, like jump to impress you. We entered this reading with the World. We're wrapping it with the Empress reverse. What this means is they sold themselves to you a little too fast. They made you believe they're like grade A, premium. Along the way, you discovered they're not. But they're not going to quit. They're not going to give up. They're still going to try to impress you, even if it's not like really premium or grade A. So I can see your confusion, because this is actually very interesting. I can see your confusion because from your vantage point, you're like, okay, if you love me, what happened to the guy that I first met or the woman that I first met? It's not that they changed. They were just embellishing themselves. And now that they know that you're onto the fact that they're actually maybe not as like good as it seems, maybe they lied about their resume, maybe they lied about, their, job history, maybe they lied about all the things that they're going to do for you. Maybe they told you that they have like a 6 or 7 figure business. Turns out they're actually in debt, whatever the narrative is. They kind of tricked you. I don't think it was conscious. I think it was really genuinely out of their desire to impress you, and it just kind of went haywire. I pick up a lot of immaturity here. But all that made you question their loyalty, their honesty, their feelings. Listen, the feelings are real. Unfortunately, the feelings are actually real. What's not real is who they are, like on the outermost packaging, as like a 3D individual. So let's look at, like I said, I think I know the answer, but let's look at why they did this. Like, what was the archetype that was driving all of this? Am I a tarot reader or what? Knight of Cups. This is literally like love, like thoughts about love, a lover, someone who wants to offer you love, knight in shining armor. They wanted to be this for you. Let me tell you, I just did pile 1 reading, very different, like very, very different energies. This was what was driving them to like go embellish, kind of deceit, kind of be deceitful, kind of lie, kind of go over the top, try to impress you when they actually can't deliver. This is what was driving. They really wanted you to think that they were your knight in shining armor. I guess it worked a little bit, but then eventually you found out and you're like, nah, I want the real deal. But they really wanted to be this for you. At least that's how it started out. So let's look at what you should do about it. Love this. Okay, so first you got balance spirituality with practicality, and then you got expect powerful change. So this is actually very in line with the tarot cards. First of all, it's saying you are starting to merge the 3D with the 5D. On a 5D level, you guys like have some serious feelings for each other, but you're still in a physical human body form. You're in like the earth plane. Like you need food, you need to like drink water, you need to do stuff. So this is very much about you reflecting back to them like, dude, like, or chick, you love me, cool. That's the 5D stuff. I need a 3D shit too though. I need you to be honest and pull up and show up and do what you said you would do. So this is, you're starting to really embody this, and you're going to teach them this lesson too. I actually think that you're going to have some serious conversations with them where you tell them like, listen, I'm flattered that you wanted to get with me, but you also lied to me. So correct it. And then expect powerful change. This is basically like, after that conversation, I actually feel he or she's going to try to pull through and do some stuff to correct the situation. This is a very fascinating situation, by the way. I don't think I've run into this in a while, if ever. Because I don't feel like this person wants to lose you. I don't think they took a gamble just, to like hit it and quit it. Like I think they're actually very serious about you, but it just evolved. And now they're embarrassed. But once you guys have a heart-to-heart, I do feel like things will change for the better, and it'll be powerful. So that's kind of all I have for you today, Pile 2. I hope this reading resonated. This is very high level, by the way, so if you want to go deeper, do not hesitate to hit me up. My book information is in the link below under the description, so follow up with me if you would like. Otherwise, really enjoyed reading for you. Please drop a comment if this resonated. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you at your next video. Bye. Hey Pile 3, are you ready for your reading? Let's take a look. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles upright, the Hangman upright, Five of Swords reversed. 10 of Swords reversed. 9 of Cups reversed. And 3 of Wands reversed. Okay, I feel like I already have some picture here. And then we have 4 of Wands upright, 6 of Pentacles upright, 5 of Wands reversed, 6 of Wands upright, 8 of Cups reversed, 10 of Swords upright. Whew, okay. A lot of air here, a lot of air and fire. So, fire is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Fire is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, Venus, Mars. But it's not that important here because nothing comes up as any particular accentuated sign, but those are the dominant energies. This was a very hot and cold situation. So I have to tell you, I really do think that initially they had the intention of marrying or entering some kind of a long-term partnership with you. Like, that's very clear. They really saw you as an opportunity, like a good one. Like, you're gonna be my person. Like, there was really that connection. I also feel like it kind of felt like a twin flame connection, which is why I said hot and cold. They knew it instantly. What became the problem was that they didn't know how to compromise. They were really stubborn. They didn't know how to compromise. They didn't know how to meet you halfway or vice versa. There's something about a teamwork or a partnership that kind of fell short here. It's almost like even, you know, it's okay. I already know what is happening here. It's kind of like instant attraction. Oh my God, push and pull dynamic, the chase and the being the chaser dynamic, right? But then, like, no one really wanting to budge or compromise. There was that, you know, really like attractive, like magnetic push and pull, and yet when it really came down to it, no one wanted to budge. Is kind of what I get here. I feel like there was a lot of arguments. So this person feels, this is going to sound strange, but I feel like this person feels a little bit competitive with you. Like they need to have a leg up somehow. Like if I were to look at this and be very, very, very candid, what I am picking up isn't so much love. It's like unexplainable attraction, but at the same time, some weird competition. I feel like they were sort of combative with you. I pick up some combative energies. I also feel like they wanted to get you to see their perspective, so they would argue and argue and argue, but then it just wouldn't go anywhere and they would get frustrated. Like I feel frustration, competition, aggravation, and trying to dodge a bullet but not being successful at it. But weirdly enough, that also fuels their attraction towards you. I know that sounds very strange, but you know, this is one of those situations where like you express your love through fighting or something like that, which is not my love language, but I've come to understand that for some people it very much is. Let's keep going. So where is this headed? I feel like they're not ready to walk away. I feel that they're still very much attracted to you. I feel that they want to move forward and continue to express their adoration to you. And I actually feel like they're very depressed at the idea of potentially losing you. They don't want this to end. But the energy that I'm picking up isn't like very innocent kind of love either. There is still that energy of like, I still have to sort of win. Yeah, like we're gonna keep moving along. I still want to see you, but like on my terms. That's like kind of like the energy here. But at the same time, like they're upset that they might lose you. It's like a very, oh my God, this is gonna sound so mean, but I feel like they're a tiny bit insufferable in this situation. But you are their wish fulfilled. That's the thing. They do want you. You are their wish fulfilled. and they're not ready to walk away. It's almost like, as weird as it sounds, like through the arguments, through the push and pull, through this like very contentious dynamic, they still grew fond of you, if that even makes sense. I know what this means in a different language, like in Korean. I don't know how to translate in English, but basically the Korean phrase is something like, you still grow close to someone even through the worst times. That's kind of what it means. And this is how they feel about you. They're like, yeah, like we fight like cats and dogs and we have our differences, but you're still my wish. Like I still would choose you over anybody else. That's kind of how they feel. I have to be honest, I do feel like they have thought about walking away. I do feel like they have contemplated about walking away, leaving the situation, just like ditching entirely. I do feel like they have thought that. And they might even be physically distant with you right now. Maybe they told you like, or maybe you told them like, I need a break, dude. Like this is just really high strung, high tension situations. Like I can't handle it. They might have said that to you and vice versa. So you guys could be at that sort of stalemate energy, but it doesn't change the fact that they still think that you're the one. Like they still feel like no one can hold a candle to you. So it's not easy for me to say this, but ultimately where I feel like they will land emotionally is they might decide that they just need to try seeing other people. It's not going to be serious. It's like trying out different clothes. They might just be like, you know what? I just have to just somehow get out of this pattern, this funk, this energy, like this, this like chasing and being chased and push and pull. Like I have enough of that. So I feel like they might try to see other people, even if it kills them and destroys them. They might do that. And guess what? They're going to find that it's not going to be satisfying, because Three of Wands is someone who wants to move forward but can't, and is sad about it. But I'm just giving you a heads up in advance that I feel like their solution, their answer to the situation might very well be like, okay, well, I've had enough of you. I need a break. Let me just see somebody else. Which is not really fixing or addressing anything, because they're going to run to the situation again if they don't know how to look within and look at what's wrong with them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say this is heavy energy necessarily, but it's annoying energy. Like I'm like annoyed on your behalf because this really could have been something. And that's the whole base of Twin Flame. Like the whole base of Twin Flame is that there's an opportunity for real tremendous growth if the person just sees what's up. You know what I mean? But this whole dynamic is very much like, it's very, it's aggravating. It's like, dude, you just really just couldn't shift your perspective and energy and just meet me halfway. There is really that going on. Especially because you really genuinely do scratch an itch for them. You scratch an itch for them that nobody else can, and they know that. So energy is always changing. It's not to say this is what it's going to be 100%, but this is kind of like what I get for now and where it's headed. Let's look at why they're doing this. Like what vantage point are they coming from to, create all this chaos? Okay. Wow, the cards are really freaking on point today. So Temperance. Temperance is all about delays. Temperance is also very stubborn energy. So basically, they may feel that they're too young or not ready or not good enough to do anything serious or be with anyone in a serious way. But really what's happening is that they're very intentionally and purposely delaying their own process of growing up. This person is stuck in life in every single way. They're delayed in every single way. Psychically, emotionally, spiritually. But they might be blaming it on their lovers, or they might be blaming it on other people for their lack of growth. They're in their way. That's what's going on. This is a classic case of self-sabotage. They're in their way. That's why they're acting like this. Let's look at what you should do about the situation. Okay. Makes perfect sense. You are good enough. I feel like Spirit really wants you to know, like, dude, do not take this personally. Like, this person literally has a hard time moving forward in anything, even if they like you. Do not take it as a sign that you are not good enough. I am also getting your dreams need a practical plan. I always tell people when they get this card, any moon card with the word dream in it, I'm like, the dream isn't always that person. The dream is sometimes you. So what do you need to do so that you can get out of the situation? Or what do you need to do to set better boundaries? What are your dreams when it comes to a partnership? What do you really want and need? And what can you do? What's your takeaway from this entire situation to better and improve yourself and set up your life in a way that is high quality and high vibration for you? Because I bet whoever's watching this on Pig Pile 3 probably doesn't want this to happen again, right? By the way, in summary, they like you. I actually think you like drive them nuts, like in a good way, but they just, for whatever reason, I mean, I know the reason, it's kind of obvious, but they just cannot grow up and compromise and show up like 100 to 100 in a relationship. That's what's going on. But you probably gave them chances many, many times. But you have a dream. You have a vision for what you want in a partnership. So after this, what are you going to do to get closer to your dream in a partnership rather than getting embroiled in this again? I know some of y'all didn't want to hear that. But also, if you watch me, you know I'm going to say some shit like that. Because I care about your highest good. Okay, so I hope this reading resonated. I would love to hear from you. Please drop a comment. I love hearing from you guys. And also, just, know that this is a high-level reading. You don't have to take everything. Only take what resonates with you. But if you would like to go deeper, definitely follow up. There is a book information on the description below. So do not hesitate to hit me up if you want further guidance. Otherwise, it was a great pleasure reading for you. And I hope to see you at the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile 4. Are you ready for your reading? Let's take a look at how they really feel. Saving the best for the last. All right. So let's look at your tarot cards. The Judgment reversed. 6 of Cups upright. 8 of Swords upright. 6 of Swords upright. Queen of Pentacles reversed and Queen of Swords upright. Interesting. And then we're going to look at the other tarot cards. 8 of Wands upright. 10 of Wands reversed. High Priestess reversed. The Fool upright. Judgment reversed. 3 of Cups upright. Okay. They're very attracted to you. I'll give it that for sure. I am getting Libra energy here, Pisces, maybe Sagittarius, but not really. Definitely getting Pisces and Libra and some Sag. First things first, what I get immediately is that you guys are both very polite people. You don't want to offend the other person. But truly what's happening is you're observing each other a lot. You're both kind of like observing each other, seeing what's up. I feel that this somehow, some way escalated kind of quickly in the beginning. So there's these two very polite, cordial people who got involved pretty fast, which is interesting. Somehow, some way, you got them to drop their guards and they got you to drop your guards. When really, you guys are not like that. They're very attracted to you. There's definitely romantic interest, but where they're at in life, I don't think they feel that they're equipped to pursue romance. It's almost like they think everything's too much work. They also could think that love is work. We talk a lot about, I tell my clients a lot, beliefs really drive our behaviors, actions, and choices. And if someone's belief is that love is a lot of work, then they're just going to repel it. That's the case of this person. I feel that they connect with you on an intuitive level. It's almost like you guys have telepathy. This is, for whatever reason, all the pals are very strange today. They're oddly very specific, which is not usual. So whoever's watching this video, it was truly meant for you. Just believe that. There is telepathy between the two of you guys, and they feel trapped by that. They feel trapped by this telepathy. It's almost like they can't hide from you. You see, are you getting a picture here? Because you guys are like very polite, and you don't want to say the wrong thing, and you're very kosher on each other, but really underneath the surface, you guys can like read each other's minds, and both of you guys are like, shit, you know, like, I can't lie to this person. They know. So I feel like this person's trying really hard to not like make things so obvious, like in terms of where they stand. I feel like for whatever reason, they're trying to hide the fact that they're attracted to you. I almost feel like they don't want you to know that they like you, because once you know, then, you know, it's like, it's going to be a lot of work for them to like, you know, follow up on that and like demonstrate their love to you. There's like some weird philosophies going on, but they definitely connect with you on an intuitive level. It's almost like before you speak your mind, they know, and before they speak their mind, you know, and that's they're kind of like feeling weird about that, because I also feel like this has not happened to them before in life. So there is some intuitive connection going on here. I also feel like you're almost like a woman or a man of their dreams, and they feel like they feel like it's too good to be true. So they're trying to be extra careful. By the way, it's my job to be honest. The feelings here are not super mature. They're not like very developed feelings yet. Doesn't mean it can't get there. I suspect the situation is not, it's not like you guys have been together for like 30, 40 years. If you are, I mean, let me know. But what I'm picking up from this is a situation where, or maybe you've known each other for a long time, but we're always friends. That could be the case too. Maybe you guys have known each other, but in a different context, and these are new budding feelings that are emerging, and they don't want you to know, and you don't want them to know. It's kind of like, what? We were not meant to link up that way. We were coworkers, or we were neighbors, or we were just friends, and you know, what is this new territory? Like, that's what could be happening. So now that energy has shifted, and they're seeing you in this new light, they're like, shit, and they feel like a fool, because you are like an object of their desire, and they're trying to be very cautious because they don't want to fuck it up. Oh, I just got chills. The other thing that I get is that they see you as having, you know, like your shit together, and it's really forcing them to feel like they have to open a brand new chapter of their life. They're kind of like, okay, I gotta get my act together, and just pull up my pants and like get that job or make that money, or maybe ditch this person. You know, they're trying to like figure out a way to like clean their side of the aisle before they can approach you, because in their eyes, you are the Queen of Pentacles. What's interesting though is that you come up reversed. So what this means is that you actually may not feel all that either, but somehow they see you this way. Or they feel that you might judge if you find out that somehow, some way they're not prepared. There is a real fear of judgment here, either judgment from one another or judgment from the outside world. So it's like, yes, there's this like underlying connection, but like, really, I don't want you to know yet, and I don't want people to know yet. That's kind of like what's going on here, which is very fascinating. So what is this all going to amount to? Where is it headed? I feel that you guys are going to build some strong foundation emotionally together. Like, you know, this will develop initially as a very strong friendship that might get more serious. I also feel that you might start to get a little bit impatient. They might start to get a little bit impatient. I see some ground rules. The word that came to my mind is ground rules. Some ground rule setting, like, you know, somehow, some way, I feel the truth will come out. And a conversation that I can easily imagine you guys having is like, all right, the cat's out of the bag. Let's just start off as friends. We don't know what this attraction is, but there is attraction. Let's explore it, but let's start off as friends. Like, I see ground rules being set because, like I said, something's at stake here. there's almost like too much to lose, or maybe not to lose, but it could even be ego. Maybe there's something about this could potentially be humiliating. So I feel like you guys are going to be very cautious and commit to a friendship first before it becomes anything super romantic right off the bat. Like I said, they do like you. They're very attracted to you, but it's not like, oh my God, I want to marry you right now. It's not that. I feel like I'm in love with you. It's not that yet. Yet is a key word. But they are curious enough to explore what this is because there's that telepathic connection. There's that physical chemistry. For some of you guys, but not all of you guys, this could be also a case of two people who are already physically connected, but for whatever reason, from the onset, had the agreement of, this is not going to be serious. But then now that's like starting to be challenged and they're like, oh shit. So what's the vantage point that they're coming from? What's driving all of this? Of course, why didn't I think of this? The Chariot. So Cancer energy, but it also means choice. This also means power and control. So they're very much like, I need to have the upper hand. This has to be on my terms. I make the decision. That's very much sort of like the energy. And also, they don't want to fuck up is the other thing. The reason why they are even exhibiting that controlling energy is because they want to be successful. Like, they cannot accept failure at all, even in a situation with you. So that's why they're like, extra measured, extra careful, extra cautious, they don't want to do anything to humiliate or embarrass anyone. They really want to be in full control. But with the intention of being successful. So I actually feel that, as frustrating as it is, I want to go on a limb here and say they're well intended, because I actually think that they want what's best for both of you guys, is what came to me very strongly. So what should you do about it? Let's take a look at the 2 moon cards. Interesting. Whatever situation that you guys are currently in right now, the chapter, nothing will come of the situation, but before you freak out, a new start is coming. So this weird, walking on eggshells, like hemming and hawing, I feel like that chapter will eventually come to a close, and you guys might come super clean to each other with how you guys really feel and go, you know what, turns out we're not just friends with benefits. Turns out it's not just physical. Turns out we're not just acquaintances. There's something more serious here. Let's recommit to whatever this more serious thing is. I feel like that's what's happening. Woo, I just got chills when I said that. That's exciting. I mean, I have to be honest, that's pretty exciting. So if this is you, I would love to hear from you. Please drop a comment on how this resonated or not. But please keep in mind, this is a high-level reading. So if you would like to have a deeper dive, go into the specifics of your situation, do not hesitate to book a reading with me. My service information is in the description below. So I hope to see you there. Otherwise, it was truly fun reading for you, Pile 4, and I will see you at your next video. All right, bye.